Hello! And welcome to the first episode of BCC 2! I am your host, Leo Sendar Magnus. And I'm joined
Cal.
today by... You're off the race line.
You gonna say your line, Cal?
I already did.
Oh, I'm Chris.
I'm right outside your front door. I'm good.
I'm Comrade Stone, or Maniac as well.
And once again, this is the first episode of the BCC 2. Welcome, Bionicle fans. We are glad you have joined us today. This is a glorious day.
I'm not glad you joined us.
This podcast is brought to you by Uncle Gid's Apple Cider.
Yes.
It is not.
It
Anime
This
is
podcast
free.
is
So-
not brought to you by Uncle Gid's Apple Cider.
It's been a while since our audience has seen one of the members, and since I'm pretty sure none of our regular audience knows who any of these other three people are, run through some introductions for me. Cal, who are you? What do you do?
I'm me. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Excellent.
I didn't
Chris,
sign up for a
It's been a while
Spanish
since we've talked to you. What have you done? Who are you?
It has. Well, I used to do some stop motion with the BCC. I left, and then after reaching enlightenment, found my true purpose in sitting in a basement, moving Lego minifigures at one frame at a time for several hours to create underappreciated stop motion art.
All right.
I also
We're
suffer in
glad,
a lab as a grad student.
glad to have you back. Gid,
Thank
you're
you.
sort of well known. Who are you?
This is new information to me.
Oh, come on now.
I'm second in command of Bionicle Iliad. We do things there. It's cool. I
Awesome.
also eat off of whatever Orion throws in the dumpster.
Ooh.
Well, now that we've taken care of Orion, you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Can I eat Orion?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Yep.
Free.
All right.
Cooking
Oh,
Orion.
and if anybody likes anime, you're on my hit list.
And
Alright.
Comrade Maniac, who are you? Explain yourself.
Well,
to
I
the
am
audience.
Soviet leader, and oh wait, no, sorry, alter ego. I am May. You know, Gandalf is Gandalf, and Gandalf means May, and that's all you need to know.
All right. Well, I think this is a
Excellent.
good crew that we've put together.
The
That's
best.
the best.
Yes.
What the
After
nuclear launch codes?
yes, I've done great things. I
What?
think after falling in possession of the deed to the BCC. So, anything else we need to talk about before we get into our discussion today? We have a few things to discuss.
Yeah, Chris,
Why
can
are
I
you
have
not
my cat
cooked?
back?
I guess. Here you go.
Oh, good. I was so hungry.
It's fine.
Oh, Leo, we need to ask you, how do you want to be cooked?
Oh, I'd rather
No,
not.
just don't tell him that, Comrade Stale. We don't want him to know yet.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay. We're not actually gonna cook him. Don't
Oh,
tell
for
me.
sure.
Wink,
Oh
wink.
yeah, we're very sure. It's just a hypothetical
I
situation.
have this Liwa Matty here, and he'll go chop, chop, chop. And if you try to cook me,
Fair enough.
You're winking with your
Let's
wrong
get
eye
into
again.
our discussion.
all right. So we have some pretty important news that's relevant to everyone in LEGO. Our first item of discussion is that Greg Farshey has finally conceded that love was indeed canon from the start.
I knew it all along.
So
Wow.
it's a bit of a bombshell, I must say.
There
Yeah.
goes my
Yeah.
extremely
this is-
jaded view of romance thanks to Bionicle. I have to change my worldview now.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Probably
I mean,
should have done that
tragic.
anyway.
It was only a couple days ago that on TTV he posted a picture of him kissing good guy.
Of course.
It all makes sense.
He made a canon for his own
Scandal.
selfish ends.
All right, of course.
See,
Can't
well, I
trust
guess this does finally concede the point that love was canon from the start and was in the story Bible, of course. And
Of
that Temper
course.
Studios immediately realized this.
Oh yeah. So then,
I mean,
the real
I'm not going to
question-
toot my own horn here, but I called this from the very beginning.
Kitty, what are you doing here?
Hang on. Hold up a second. Get out! Yeah! Work on your episode!
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Spray bottle
old,
again.
old habits never die.
So
These
I
days,
saw-
old
alright,
turds
so I
will learn his
hear.
lesson. Anyways, Yeah, love canon. Interesting. I guess I can now put Bionicle Fan on my Tinder profile again. It's a
Yes,
way
that
of
is-
life, all right?
I mean,
It's a way of life.
That is, in fact, the most important aspect of this. You're right.
Yep. I mean, my swipes and matches have just gone down since I removed it after the crash of 2016.
That was a dark time.
It's
From a
tragic.
day and a half ago. Yep. Sorry to bring down the mood, but hey, it's our history. It's where we come from. It's
It
who
is
we
indeed.
are.
Yeah, it's sad times, At least you got all those quality sets with Gen 2 that we can now
the most
purchase
quality.
and enjoy.
Most quality, like Kitter
The best, like, for example,
and Umagap Destra.
yes,
Good times.
or
Although,
all those creatures, they were the most beautiful things ever. Oh, honestly, the most best sets, great set design, cool looking.
Mm-hmm. Even
No.
the one that combined with the Gandalf construction figure, that was a pretty cool one.
Oh, that was fresh.
good. You remember when they did the Solik poly bag? That was great. I spent all my VIP points just so I could nab that beauty.
now there is something I want to talk about the Greg's reveal.
Yeah.
Does this mean that G2 no longer has love being canon?
Well, I would have to say it still is because they have children in a very explicit piece of media.
Yes, but that's never specifically stated how that occurs, right?
They could be like dwarves; they grow out of stone. I mean, that's canon, isn't it?
Yes, that could be a possibility.
I mean, they could be mushrooms. They just release a bunch of spores from their scalp, and then more ghosts
So
grow
that's what
through the
they hide
ground.
beneath that mask.
Yeah, don't know
Okay,
about that
broke,
theory.
fix it.
Yes.
Well, that-
All very good points to bring up. Cal, any input on this from you?
I think it's good. I can finally write canon fanfics.
I think we've all been so numb to the fact that for the longest time this was taboo. This was deemed unacceptable, and now suddenly it's
So-
just like, what? Love is actually canon?
Although,
What do we
it
do?
does raise
Where do we go?
quandary. So, in the Mask of Light movie, it's heavily implied that Jala and Holly have a romantic connection. But then they become members of the same Toa team and have to call each other brother and sister. So, the question is, if love's canon, is that incest?
Let's. I think
Ask
that's
her
a
the hard
good.
questions.
I think that's a good time to transition to our next topic.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't Holly dump Jala?
No.
No, like as soon as they left Takoro?
That depends. Who did you choose when you were playing Matsui Online Game 2?
What did you mean when I was playing my
The dating
my
simulator?
Yeah.
No, stop. Someone's gonna hear this and actually make a Bionicle dating simulator. We're
That's
already
a good idea.
water for this whole thing. We need time to process what
Anyone
Greg
listening
means.
to this?
Don't
Chris,
give
I'm
it
sorry,
this.
but it already exists.
Oh, what have
Please.
you done?
Oh.
All right. With that out of the way, so our next topic of discussion is that TTV has finally released Biocraft after 8 long years.
Took long.
It took
enough.
long enough. From 2011, they've been building this all this time. Makuta Fest was just a red herring back then.
Of course.
Of course.
Now,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this series for even longer than that. Back when I was 4.5, I started playing Minecraft professionally. I got really popular. I helped one of the bigger YouTubers
Yes.
get to where he is today. And I first thought about Bionicle as Minecraft. I thought, oh man, why hasn't TTV made that yet? And I contacted VAR. I was like, VAR, why doesn't it exist? He said, well, TTV doesn't exist yet. That was a pathetic excuse.
All right. Yes. Of course.
But now,
Downhill from there.
Finally, it's happening. My lifelong dream has become true, and now I can die happy.
Hope it doesn't get
Don't
cancelled
stop.
again.
No. Yeah, hoping they can finally push forward this, because I hear it's great success at the box office has prompted that they'll probably do a sequel for the Borok.
Oh,
Oh yes.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Another 8 years then.
Hopefully not. Hopefully within the next two.
How they get
yeah.
such round armored plating into a square blocky game? Hey, we're not the geniuses over at TTV.
Mm-hmm.
They won't let us down. They'll cook something up.
4-dimensional Maz, that'll do it. Trust
Yeah.
me.
What's
have
interesting
it-
is if you tap into the code for the game, you can tell that there are several DLCs that are planned, including the Good Guy Pack, the All Hail Silic Pack, and the Cooking Hero Factory Pack.
Oh,
But
yes.
we're going to have to renegotiate the rights on that one now, are we?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
The
yeah.
nice
Yep.
cooking.
Yeah.
Now that Orion's dead, I mean,
Cooking Orion.
Hey, we had to do it to him.
do the
How-
rights automatically fall into possession of Leo, or
Well, I still have the deed, but I gave that deed to Waj.
Oh, well.
okay,
See, he's
Then
the
we
one
cook you.
who made all this happen.
right. So,
Was you beautiful soul.
I really want to cook you still.
so Biocraft. Let's get back on topic.
All right, so favorite plot point in the movie, y'all.
I loved the live action segment starring Tom Cruise. I don't know how they got him, but I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just warning, this is a bit of spoiler territory here for the 2.5 hour long movie. So just make sure you watch the entire thing before you listen to this part.
I will assume they've watched it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
it's been long enough. You got
Yeah.
to the first season yet?
Okay, so I mean, there were a few things where I was like, "Man, this is the best ever." Then there were a few things where I was like, "What?" For one thing, I completely love the dynamic between Liwa and Tahu. It kind of reminds me of like a Joker Batman sort of back and forth.
Yes.
Like the part where
yes.
Liwa's all, "I'm like a dog chasing cars." Although I used some Rahi name, I couldn't remember entirely what it was. Although, can we just all agree though that the Hyukimaku romance is a little too forced? I mean, we
Yeah,
all
they
know
really.
it's never going to be.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was done pretty well.
Well, I mean, they had to put it in there, right? But like, I don't think they needed to spend 3 hours on it.
It reminds me of the whole the Hobbit movie fiasco, but
Yeah.
better because it's Bionicle, and it's not like a dwarf and an elf, which is just weird.
It's just a little too far out of control, you know. And
I can kind of see where you're
I
coming from.
guess
still
that they
thought
were
it worked.
talking with Greg Farshey ahead of time, and Greg's like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna drop this on you. It's gonna be fine." But no, it's just the way it's written. Like that part where Ollie and Yuki have that back and forth, and Holly's all, "Why do you write me? Why? What's over for me? I waited for you for 7 years, but now it's too late." Who wrote? Oh, sorry, that's the IMDb page for the Notebook. My apologies. But the writing was that stale.
The writing for the rest of it though is pretty solid. Like
Mhm.
the dialogue, the interplay between the Kofujaga and Pohatu.
Yeah, I was
Solid.
surprised that TTV put cursing in the movie. I was.
Oh yeah,
Very
that was
shocked.
controversial.
Mm.
I guess 8 years they must have got pretty stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were several negotiations with the MPAA to allow for at least, should I say, several upper tier words.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was surprised
I
to hear
find
the
that part
frick
to be the most
thrown
interesting.
around, you know.
Oh, that was a yeah.
You know, are you
I
sure
had to
you
cover
want
my
to say that
ears.
live?
Oh
Now,
my
I
God.
want to give
Pushing
a
that.
language warning for any of the younger listeners, but I feel like it was maybe a bit too edgy when Jala said "heck Maranui."
Oh, like,
Yeah, it was also
I mean,
really weird because like he just stopped what he was saying, said that, and then continued as if he hadn't stopped.
It's like you also turned to the camera as well a little bit there, or was that just me?
conspiracy
It was
theory.
almost
Maybe it was a
weird.
setup.
It was
like a
almost
mask.
as weird as when Jala looked at the camera and just said out loud, "My home address."
Well, you know,
What do you expect?
I'm sure it was good reason.
I'm pretty sure it was I thought it was a bold move, honestly.
The most
good
confusing
artistic
part of that, I mean, the visuals are fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Precise,
Mhm.
crisp corners on everything. I mean, it was beautiful.
Not
But
curve in sight.
the most
At
confusing
8-bit
part to me
res.
was why the entire TTV cast decided to voice Hookie all at once.
You know, it was a bold artistic choice, and I'm glad that they made it because it
paid
gave a very
off.
interesting depth to his character, something we hadn't seen
Yeah.
previously.
Hookie
Perfectly
deserves
illustrates the duality of the Matoran, the conflict between the light, the dark, and
and
the
the
part that eats the
trial,
pies.
the
You know,
quadrality.
And the three virtues.
absolutely.
Unity, you know.
Like,
Yeah, but,
I don't feel like
the other
TTV was just
ones.
trying to entertain us. I felt like they were trying to give us a message, something we
Yeah.
need for this day and age, our society we live in.
Something
Yes, I think the real MVP here for the voice acting and characterization was Envy Tiri Bamba. You know, did such a great job, solid performance as that lava.
Yeah, that's
Legend
really
status.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
By the way, was it just me, or was the island about him newly shaped like a mangosteen?
It
goodness,
was
you're
shaped like a
right.
mangosteen.
I mean,
How did I miss that?
Yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite cameo was that part where Ryan cooked a Bionicle live on screen.
Yeah.
That's just
That was
me.
just-
I missed that part.
It was really weird.
What did you
It was
miss?
really weird because the Bionicle was screaming. in
How did I
pain.
miss it?
And then they had a lava eruption and Takoro covered the audio for a second.
Okay.
It was so blatant, you had to be looking for it.
I
what
know.
mean?
All right. So, any final thoughts? Closing thoughts? Would you recommend this to your friends?
Oh yes.
If I had
Absolutely.
friends, absolutely.
Well,
Only
yeah.
if I
I
think
wasn't gonna mention that.
All right.
Moving
Get
on, I
Morgan
guess.
Freeman on the next episode. Do it, you cowards. Leo, what's our next topic?
All right. So, all agree 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
I give it a 0 out of 10.
Oof. Ow.
Oof. That,
Wow,
like,
you traitor.
you're next on the list to get cooked.
After
What?
all we've been through together.
All right. Well,
Well,
so to close this, we wanted to talk a bit about the future of the BCC after the BCC 2.
Yeah.
As most of you should know by now, Waj is currently in possession of the deed to the BCCs at some point. We've gotten Chris back. I've done some things on my own. And I have reformed it, currently with Cal, Gid, and Maniac here. So,
I'm one of those people.
yes,
let's talk
you
about the
are.
content we want to do going forward. So no one really likes podcasts. That's why we're going to keep this short.
Yeah.
So we want to make a return to
True.
stop motions, right?
Entirely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
On top
but
10
stop motion is
videos.
expensive
Yeah.
and hard, so it's mostly going to be like one frame a second. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we
it's
do have plans in
adequate.
place to hire some very talented animators to help us out. People like Michael Hickox, Cooper Ace Productions.
and Ray Harryhausen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, got to get him on at some point.
Yep. We also found a couple of knockoff studios down in Brazil. They were famous for films like Ratatouille or Small B or any of those ones you mistake for actual DreamWorks and Disney movies. We think these guys have a lot of
Yes.
talent. We're going to see some amazing work from them.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
going forward from our creators, Cal, tell the audience about the series you're working on.
Oh yes, it's Bionicle myth breakers, where I test myths about Bionicle. I think my first episode should be up, right?
Yeah, it should be up. All these the pilots
Yes.
should all be up before this podcast goes out.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's fun.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gid, what's the thing you're working on?
It's gonna be because we don't have Orion anymore. Sadly, he bit the dust after putting too
After
much
Thanos
mayonnaise
snapped.
in his eggs, and it caused several complications which led to his demise. So I'm taking over the live action sections of things, and he did, very simple, calm, not very engaging, boiling Hero Factory characters alive in things like tomatoes.
Disgusting, really.
Yeah, it's kind of
Beautiful.
tasteless, so
I'm gonna try
bland
it
and
for
simple.
Warcraft. He's gone.
Gordon Ramsay would be proud.
I don't
So
think
I figured we need to spice it up a little. So the video you see on the channel has been released. I've actually, this is not filmed specifically for this. This was actually a film that was captured during the Great Weeb War.
Yeah, it's
The
excerpt
what?
from the documentary, right?
I lost my third spleen in that war. We've removed the commentary for this scene specifically to show the more dramatic emphasis, the feeling behind the combat. And this series is going to carry over because I'm taking all of Leo's money and flying to Taiwan to film the rest.
Is that part of China or not?
Oh no, of course not.
Look, if it's
Well,
made in
we just
China,
got
it's not
censored
made in
China.
Taiwan. And if it's made in Taiwan,
Yeah.
well,
China's
It was made in
Marcus.
China, wasn't it? we
Sorry,
don't-
Supreme Leader Xi Jinping.
It's pretty rough. But there's a billion people there, and we don't want to miss out on their audience by claiming that Taiwan is not part of China.
that's fair. When I
So-
get to Taiwan, we're going to have an epic finale after 3 seasons where Morgan Freeman and I are going to thumb wrestle to the death.
Oof. The insurance is going to be pretty high on that one.
Yep, so
Really high.
Y'all have got a lot of exciting content to look forward to that. Maniac, tell us about what you were gonna do.
Well, hopefully there's going to be some cool top 10 videos.
Yes.
It might not be
Ooh.
10, it might not actually be 10, like, sets evaluated, but that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Budget
So,
cuts.
so you'll say
original-
top
an
10 and
original
then
idea.
it might just be one.
But yeah, well, 1 or 2, we'll see. I think it has to have 2 to be a list. So, and then I also like to direct a bionicle animation set in Soviet Russia. But well, that's maybe sets aside for now.
that sounds a little political.
Nah, trust me, it's Bionicle
Oh, okay.
in Soviet Russia.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sure you have a lot of room to explore some pretty deep themes there.
Yeah, and lots of areas to explore, the waste of Siberia.
And some pretty deep snow.
Wouldn't that just be
Oh, yes.
2009?
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
It'd be like 2009, except full of Soviets, Bionicles, and Trans-Siberian railways.
God, I
And
love the
nuclear bombs.
Trans-Siberian Railways.
Oh, they're great.
It's my favorite part.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, so there's a lot going. Future's pretty bright. Pretty sure this will last for a pretty long time. Outlast the original BCC by maybe another 10 years.
At least
So-
5 minutes.
Yes, I expect this to go
Definitely.
places. We have good crew here.
Oh,
yes.
best-
we also have a Patreon.
The
We do?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
yes, we
find it
do.
in the link in the description above.
Okay. But yeah, we
Yeah.
are the I don't know what BCC stands for.
It
Better
stands-
comedy
it's a symbol
crew.
for symbol for nope on my planet.
Nope.
Nope.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, you don't live on the same planet as me. On my planet, it means British Chief Conquistador.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Honestly, I like that better. It's got
Yeah.
more syllables.
A lot
Okay,
of different
we're the
interpretations of
British
this, but
Chief Conquistadors.
the point is that
Do you
it's going to
remember when it
stand,
was
it's going to
Bionicle
last.
Comedy Central? Kiddy, stuff it!
You're gonna get us banned.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, see, Chris, the answer used to do that to me too, but then I started taking away his X bone, and now he doesn't.
I mean, that worked just great, but he's filed a restraining order. I'm powerless.
Oh,
The whole thing about this deal, it's been great. I don't understand why Kidihi had to come with.
Yeah.
Let's
right.
talk with our lawyers, and we gotta fix this, man.
Yep, a lot of things to do, but a lot of hopeful things in the future. So I think that will wrap it up for us. Remember, subscribe. A lot of good content coming out from our creators.
And for a very long time.
A new season.
Oh, yes.
A new season. So
We're
Subscribe
gonna
to our
do that.
Patreon, donate to our YouTube channel. It's gonna be lit.
Yep.
We've negotiated a contract for season 10 of Biocraft as well.
Once again, I am Leo Xandar.
I'm Cal.
I'm Chris. And I'm Kidihi.
What was that?
The fans or something. Who's
okay.
next on the list?
Gid is.
Good.
Wait, what? Oh, hi, I guess. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Next month.
Oh, yeah, no.